In the year 2084, Quantum Park stood as a beacon of futuristic entertainment, an oasis where technology merged seamlessly with thrill-seeking. Its latest marvel, the Spectral Surge, was more than just a roller coaster. It was a testament to the era's technological prowess. Today, the park was abuzz with an excitement that was almost tangible, and right there in the heart of it was I, Jordan, a tech blogger with a penchant for the extraordinary. The Spectral Surge was an engineering masterpiece, its sleek, aerodynamic design a stark contrast to the traditional roller coasters of the past. Its claim to fame, however, was its vanishing car, a feat of optical and technological wizardry that made the car invisible mid-ride. I watched in awe as the coaster tore through the track, a blur of vibrant lights before the vanishing car simply disappeared into thin air, only to reappear moments later. The air was ripe with rumors and whispers about the vanishing car. People spoke of a chilling sensation, like the cold breath of a ghost, and faint, eerie whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. Some riders described a feeling of unseen hands brushing past them during the invisible phase. But it was the darker stories that truly piqued my curiosity. Tales of riders found unconscious with no recollection of their experience, and even more disturbing, accounts of people who seemingly vanished, never to be seen again after the ride. As a tech enthusiast and a seeker of truths hidden in plain sight, these rumors were like a siren's call. I had to experience it for myself, to unravel the mystery of the Spectral Surge. Equipped with my wrist-mounted holographic recorder and a state-of-the-art neural-synced camera, I was determined to document every aspect of the ride. My plan was to capture not just the visual spectacle, but the very essence of the experience. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The lights of the park took on a life of their own, creating a surreal landscape that felt like stepping into another dimension. The Spectral Surge, with its intertwining tracks and brilliant illumination, stood as a beacon in this vibrant nocturne. "I'm riding it tomorrow," I whispered to myself, my eyes fixed on the coaster as it defied gravity and logic in equal measure. I need to know what happens in that vanishing car. That night, back at my lodging, I meticulously checked and rechecked my equipment. The holographic recorder was cutting-edge, capable of capturing high-resolution, three-dimensional footage. The neural sync camera was equally impressive, designed to sync with my neural impulses to record from my perspective. My mind was ablaze with theories and conjectures. Was the vanishing car a mere trick of light and mirrors? Or was there something more? Something inexplicably linked to the fabric of reality itself? Were the stories of disappearing riders just urban myths? Or was there a kernel of truth buried in those whispered accounts? Tomorrow's ride on the Spectral Surge wasn't just another assignment. It felt like the beginning of an odyssey into the unknown. As I drifted into a restless sleep, my dreams were filled with flashing lights and the sound of a roller coaster thundering into oblivion. Little did I know, the reality I was about to face would make those dreams seem like mere child's play. The sun, in its morning glory, bathed Quantum Park in a warm, golden hue, casting elongated shadows that danced playfully on the ground. Today, the park, usually brimming with the laughter and screams of thrill-seekers, seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. My target was the Spectral Surge, a roller coaster that stood as a titan among the attractions, its sleek, futuristic design a stark contrast against the clear blue sky. I arrived ahead of the crowd, my heartbeat sinking with each step towards the towering structure. The Spectral Surge was not just another ride. It was a marvel, a testament to human innovation, and today, it was my gateway to unraveling a mystery that had intrigued me since its inception. The vanishing car, a phenomenon wrapped in rumors and whispers, awaited me. As the park awoke to the day, I navigated through the sparse early crowd, my focus laser sharp on my destination. My gear, meticulously prepared the night before, was securely attached to me. The neural sync camera, a marvel in itself, promised a first-person experience of the ride. The holographic recorder on my wrist glinted in the sunlight, ready to capture every nuance of the adventure in stunning three-dimensional detail. The line for the Spectral Surge was already forming, a mix of eager first-timers and returning thrill-seekers. As I joined the queue, the murmurs around me centered on the ride's infamous vanishing car. Some spoke with a hint of fear, others with unabashed excitement. I could feel the tension rise as my turn approached, the anticipation of the unknown palpable in the air. Boarding the vanishing car, a sense of isolation immediately enveloped me, setting this ride apart from any other. The restraints clicked into place, and I gave my equipment a final check. Everything was operational. I was ready to document this experience, whatever it might hold. The ride commenced with a gradual ascent, the familiar click-click of the coaster climbing echoing around me. I watched as the landscape of Quantum Park expanded beneath me, a vibrant mosaic of colors and movement. Then, as the car reached the apex, a hush fell over the spectators below. The moment of vanishing was upon us. In an instant, the world around me shimmered and shifted. The bright hues of the park faded into a muted blur, and a profound silence enveloped the car. I was in the invisible phase, a realm that felt both familiar and entirely alien. Whispers swirled around me, their origins indiscernible, enveloping me in a cocoon of sound. The atmosphere inside the car was charged with an energy I couldn't explain, as if I had crossed into a realm where the normal rules of reality were suspended. Then, without warning, my perception shifted. The roller coaster car faded away, and I found myself transported to scenes from my past, each memory playing out with vivid detail. I was no longer just a passive observer. I was an active participant, able to interact and make different choices. In one moment, I was back in my childhood home, faced with a decision that had long shaped my life. In another, I was reliving a turning point in my career, the outcome now in my hands to alter. It was a tapestry of what-ifs, each thread a path I could have taken. The ride continued, but time seemed irrelevant in this space. I was lost in the myriad possibilities of my own life, each decision branching out into a new reality. The experience was both exhilarating and disorienting, a journey through the could-have-beens and might-have-beens of my existence. As the ride neared its end, the memories began to fade, slipping away like sand through my fingers. The coaster car reappeared around me, and the sights and sounds of Quantum Park crashed back into focus. As the Spectral Surge gradually came to a halt, I unclipped the safety harness with a sense of urgency, my mind still reeling from the vivid journey through my own memories. Stepping off the ride, the familiar sights and sounds of Quantum Park felt strangely distant, as if I were viewing them through a distorted lens. The experience in the vanishing car had left me feeling disoriented, the boundary between my past and present blurred. Compelled to understand the origins of this bewildering experience, I delved into the history of Quantum Park. After hours of digging through digital archives and old news articles, I uncovered a startling revelation. The site where the park now stood was previously a government research facility specializing in experimental memory technology. The coincidence was too stark to ignore, and a chilling possibility began to take shape in my mind. With a growing sense of apprehension, I reviewed the footage captured by my equipment during the ride. To my dismay, the recordings showed nothing out of the ordinary, just the typical sights and sounds of a roller coaster ride. There was no evidence of the incredible journey through my memories. It was as if the entire experience had been a figment of my imagination. But in the days that followed, I began to notice subtle, inexplicable changes in my life. Conversations with friends revealed altered shared experiences. My career path showed slight deviations from what I remembered, and even personal items seemed unfamiliar or out of place. It was as though the world around me had been subtly reshaped, aligning with the altered outcomes of the memories I had interacted with on the ride. The realization hit me like a wave. The vanishing car of the Spectral Surge had done more than just render me invisible. It had altered my personal timeline. My interactions within the realm of my memories had somehow reshaped my reality. I was living in a version of my life that was slightly different from the one I had known before the ride. I was consumed with a mix of fascination and horror. The Spectral Surge had given me a glimpse into the what-ifs of my life, but at a cost I hadn't anticipated. I was now trapped in a subtly altered reality, a world where the choices I had made within my memories had tangible consequences. The implications were staggering. The vanishing car wasn't just a technological marvel, it was a device that could alter the fabric of one's personal history. I was living proof of its power, a testament to the unintended consequences of tampering with the past. As I walked through Quantum Park, now empty and echoing in the twilight, I couldn't help but wonder about the other riders who had experienced the vanishing car. How many others were living in altered realities, unaware of the change? And what did this mean for our understanding of time and memory? The Spectral Surge, with its enigmatic vanishing car, had opened a door to a realm where the past was not fixed, but fluid, a tapestry of possibilities that could be reshaped with a single choice. And I had become an involuntary traveler through the shifting sands of time.